The 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season is officially behind us. Joey Logano is the two-time champion. A lot happened before the Penske driver dominated in the desert and won the title for a season that he boldly proclaimed would be the 22 in 2022. Before the start of the season, everyone was talking about the new next-gen car, and it made its much-anticipated debut in early February in the first-ever clash at the Coliseum. There was talk that this event might not work. It did, in a big way. And interestingly enough, it was Logano sending the first message to his competition that he was prepared for battle in the new car. A couple of weeks later at the Daytona 500, fans got their first chance to see how the new car handled on a super speedway. What they saw was a car that was able to protect its drivers during a violent accident, courtesy of rookie Harrison Burton's scary crash in Stage 1. Interestingly enough, it was another rookie who made headlines at the end when Austin Cindric beat Bubba Wallace by a few feet to win the Great American Race. Cindric's win set the tone for the rest of the year, and what would turn out to be 19 different winners, including 5 first-time winners. One of those first-time winners occurred just over a month into the season when Ross Chastain brought his aggressive driving style to Texas and made a bold move late, moving A.J. Allmendinger and Alex Bowman on the last lap to win at Circuit of the Americas. That finish is still considered one of the best of the year. It was the first of several intriguing stories the watermelon farmer would author throughout the year. A few weeks later on the Bristol Dirt, it appeared we were about to have another first-time winner, but Tyler Reddick got dumped by Chase Briscoe, who had won his first Cup race at Phoenix earlier in the year, allowing Kyle Busch to back into the win. Who would have ever thought it would be the Joe Gibbs Racing driver's only win of the year and his last at JGR? More on him in a bit. As the season progressed, the drivers and fans learned more about the next-gen car, including its flaws. One of those being loose wheels, which we saw over and over again. In early summer, Chastain again made his way into the headlines when he punted Denny Hamlin at Gateway. It was the first in what would turn out to be multiple incidents between the Trackhouse Racing driver and Hamlin. There were others, as Kyle Busch later deemed, who got Chastained. There were notable big crashes in 2022, but two that stand out are Chris Buescher's flip and hanging upside down for several minutes at the Coca-Cola 600, and the terrifying incident on the Indy Road Course where Kyle Larson inexplicably blasted Ty Dillon at a high rate of speed. Another repeat theme throughout the season was penalties. NASCAR meant business with the new car, and teams who were caught trying to alter the car in any way were met with severe consequences. Brad Keselowski's team suffered a massive penalty in April, while Denny Hamlin made history in July when he was disqualified from his win at Pocono. He wasn't alone. His teammate Kyle Busch, who finished runner-up, went down with him. Chase Elliott was awarded the win. The Pocono race was also notable for one driver's absence, Kyle's brother Kurt, who didn't race after suffering a concussion when he backed his number 45 into the wall during qualifying. No one knew it then, but he wouldn't return for the remainder of the year. In late summer, another veteran, Kevin Harvick, showed up out of nowhere and ended his 65-race winless streak, winning not once, but twice in back-to-back fashion at Michigan and Richmond. Happy was understandably happy. Also in the summer, NASCAR showed it was continuing to expand its portfolio when it announced that it would be racing on the streets of Chicago in 2023. In early September and the first race of the playoffs, Kevin Harvick's mood noticeably changed when his car was the latest to catch on fire. He was not happy and let NASCAR know about it, and he was just getting started. A week later, and after months of being a major headline and a major distraction for the driver, Kyle Busch announced his 15-year run at Joe Gibbs Racing was over, and he was headed to Richard Childress Racing in 2023. Hold my watch. On the track, it was a wild start to the playoffs as 4 non-playoff drivers won the first 4 races. In that 4th race at Texas, Alex Bowman joined Kurt Busch on the inactive list as he suffered a concussion in what appeared to be an innocuous hit. Bowman being forced to sit out was the final straw, and the drivers united and spoke out en masse about the safety of the next-gen car, which had been a hot topic of discussion for much of the year. NASCAR responded and said there would be regular all-driver meetings the rest of the season. In the round of 12 elimination race at the Roval, Chase Elliott's chance at victory got shockingly derailed by a runaway sign, which allowed Christopher Bell to come through and get a walk-off win in advance. It was the first of 2 dramatic wins for the JGR driver. A week later at Las Vegas, Kurt Busch announced his retirement from full-time racing. In the race, Logano won and advanced to the championship 4, but no one was talking about his win, but what happened early in the race, when Kyle Larson squeezed Bubba Wallace into the fence, and the 2311 racing driver first retaliated by hooking the number 5 car, then confronting the driver, forcefully shoving him multiple times before begrudgingly being escorted away by an official. In the final cutoff race of the year at Martinsville, Chastain once again made headlines for his aggressive driving, but this time it was a viral video game move that was seen round the world as he smashed the gas and rode the wall all the way into the championship 4. Everyone was excited for the season finale at Phoenix, but that excitement was noticeably dampened with the shocking news that Coy Gibbs had died in his sleep the night before, just hours after celebrating his son Ty's Xfinity Series championship. With heavy hearts, the drivers competed, and it was Joey Logano who came out victorious to win his second championship in 5 years. 2022 was a season to remember. Here's hoping that 2023 provides just as much excitement and entertaining racing throughout the year.